first goal of the match. Leaves it to Ramsey to make it 3-0.
Magandang hapon, Philippine football fans. Welcome to the PFF National Training Center for part 1 of Wednesday doubleheader. It's Mendiola FC 1991 going up against Stallion Laguna FC. My name is Jamer De La Cruz. Back in the commentary with me is Darren Hartman. Darren, kamusta ka ngayon, and how excited are you for this match?
I'm great. It's been a little bit of a break since our last game, but really interesting fixture that we have ahead of us, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we have an exciting match at hand out here. Stallion Laguna FC gunning for their first 3 points in 2 games. Meanwhile, Mendiola FC 1991, we know that they are going to be chasing for that full 3 points as we look into the standings. They're level on points, but Mendiola have played more matches. They've already played 4, but that infamous draw against United City FC gave them the point out here. And how do you think this is going to pan out for today?
Well, it's one of those games where Stallions will be looking to put points on the board and start pressuring that top 4, which they probably think that they deserve to be in, and they probably do. And for Mendiola, it's almost a do or die sort of occasion for them, where they actually need to win today. They need those 3 points, or they could potentially be out of the competition mathematically.
Well, the elements for a win is up to their coaches, and in terms of their coaches, with the starting lineup for Mendiola FC 1991, not much of a change for Mendiola. They've only had 2 changes. Team captain Jim Ashley Flores is on the bench. Hamid Hajamadi wears the captain's armband for today, and Aaron El Tiche will start from the bench as well. You can see Suba and Cristal starting again for Mendiola FC.
Yeah, it's a slightly more youthful looking side, and of course that means that they've got experience on the bench that can come on should they need to make changes. But I think one of the biggest things that we were talking about is the changing of captaincy. Whether that is a performance related thing or whether that is an internal thing is still unknown. But what is interesting, it is a slightly different side, and it looks as if on paper it could give Stallions a little bit of a run for their money today.
Talking about Stallion Laguna FC, not much has changed, or no changes actually, in the starting lineup from their first game against the Askels development team. They have led that game, but they've conceded late through a free kick, courtesy of Scott. And, it's something that is interesting to see how the cohesion with this starting lineup that they have will pan out for them.
Well, Stallions Laguna is one of the sides which uses quite a lot of its foreign passport quota. They got a little bit of rotation going, and I've spoken to Coach Ernie about how and why they do it, and they do it to try to keep players fresh and keep them competing, much like the Philippine passport holders. So, I mean, the 2 sides are quite evenly balanced, but you would probably favour Stallions in terms of preparation and being ready for this game. But of course, Mendiola are a team that have been in relatively good form and have got a lot to play for.
And if we look into the substitutes for both squads, they have a deep bench. Looking at Mendiola, of course, their team captain Ashley Flores, as well as Aaron El Tiche, the dynamic duo for Mendiola FC 1991. They also have Marzan out there starting from the bench. And if you look into the side of Stallion Laguna, they have quite some firepower as well with their substitutes.
Yeah, it's a good max, I think, in terms of what they have to offer. Both sides have got experience, and both sides have got a little bit of pace on the bench as well. And of course, there's probably a little bit more creativity on the bench of Stallions, but you would expect that from being a team which is slightly more established in the league. So as the game goes on and it develops, it could be very interesting.
Well, we've seen the lineups. We know the plot of this game. And when we come back, it's going to be Mendiola FC 1991 against Stallion Laguna FC here at the 2022 Copa Paulino Alcantara.
been waiting for. Let's welcome the teams of Mendiola FC 1991 and Stallion Laguna FC.
Well, we have the players lined up in the middle of the pitch, and in just a few moments, Mendiola FC 1991 will shoot for their first win here, the 2022 Copa Paulino Alcantara, and Stallion Laguna FC will try to prevent them from getting all 3 points and get themselves a W as well to improve their current standings. Our officials for this match is first referee Clifford Dai Puyat, and assistant referees Chris Mark and KB Nanyola. Our fourth official is Raymart De Los Santos, and our match commissioner is Robin Allen Kanglet. So Darren, we have Hamid Ajamadi now wearing the captain's armband for Mendiola FC 1991, and even though that he wasn't wearing the captain's armband for quite some time, it feels like he's one of the most impacting figures inside the pitch for Mendiola.
It just happens sometimes with players who are loyal to a club. You kind of just grow into the position sometimes, and I feel that even though he hasn't worn the armband, I think he's the people's captain at Mendiola. He's respected because of his ability on the ball, but also because of his work ethic in and around the club. And of course, we all know he's one of the older players in the league, but his work ethic off the pitch himself really is inspiration to a lot of the players in and around the professional circuit here. So I think it's just a natural choice really for him just to step in, whether it's just for one game, whether it's for the rest of the campaign. I think it will all come down to the performance today and how the boys react to him wearing the armband.
Experience-wise, he deserves that captain's armband, but let's take some time to appreciate the beauty of the PFF National Training Center through those shots of our cameraman. I mean, if you have the time to drop by here at the PFF National Training Center here in Carmona, sigurado ako hindi kayo magsisisi. Napakaganda ng ating pitch, napakaganda ng mga laban, at sobrang exciting lalo pat we're at the halfway point. We could say we're already at the halfway point of the the elimination rounds of the Copa Paulino Alcantara, at habang lumalalim ang kompetisyon, mas umiinit ang labanan ng mga teams natin dito sa Copa.
Yeah, it's one of those things as well where football's still growing in the Philippines, and Barang, your journey here is super solid because you're getting double headers, almost every time that we're here now, and you can guarantee that you're going to see something that you like when you watch your teams play. I mean, it almost brings you back to when we were playing. It would be 3-4, games on a day, but football has to progress from there. But at the moment, it's in a really good place. 2 games in the afternoon. Come and watch, and you'll be surprised at the standard and the atmosphere as well.
Exactly. I mean, we have fans also watching the games live here at the PFF National Training Center. They've been around since the start of the season. We've been encouraging a lot of people to drop by the PFF National Training Center, and why wouldn't they? I mean, the experience itself of watching football firsthand is something that is unmissable. Couple of checks from our assistant referees, just making sure everything is in order before we kick things off. Again, this is the first of 2 matches for today. So we have the Wednesday doubleheader. Later we'll have the rematch of the 2021 Copa Paulino Alcantara final between Kaya FC Iloilo and the Ascal's development team. And we are underway here at the PFF National Training Center. Mendiola FC 1991 sporting their gray kits, playing from left to right. Meanwhile, Stallion Laguna FC wearing their familiar pink jerseys. probably one of the most popular colors in recent times. Early throw in for Stallion Laguna FC. We'll see how the dynamics or how Mendiola FC 1991 will start the first 10 or 15 minutes of the match. We know that they're kind of a defensive side, but whenever they switch it on, they really switch on their attack.
And also the playing style of Mendiola, whether or not they will be taken into consideration that they've still got a couple of games left, but they do have a lot of players on cautions. Of course, Stallions have only played one game, and there was a little bit of heated moments against the ADT team, with Canola Bailey picking up a yellow card. But Mendiola have got 5 or 6, maybe 7 players in their full squad that are featuring today that are on yellow cards. And of course, if they get booked again, potentially could miss their final game.
First attempt there by Mendiola FC 1991, easily saved by Jason Pepito. So that was Sam Jr., who had the first attempt. Hamid Hajamari putting on the pressure right away. Bolden sends it forward, but it's easily intercepted. It will give chance again for Stallion, rather, to settle in and see how they're going to play things out. Here's Bailey, through ball, looking for Finn McDaniel down that right side, looking for players, looking for options in the middle. A strike, blocked by the defenders of Mendiola FC 1991, and it's counterattack time for them now. Apia tried to get past Nieras, but was forced to get it back. For a pass now, Nieras heads it out for a throw-in.
That's a good start from both teams. End to end. Half opportunities both ways. Stallions look as if they've got a little bit more composure in the middle of the park.
Limbo. Intercepted now by Mendiola. Here's Suba. Through pass, looking for Cristal down at left side. Through ball, looking for Suba. Here's Junior, intercepted. Nieras will clear that ball away. That's Delgado, if I'm not mistaken. Intercepted now. So end-to-end exchanges out here between Mendiola FC and Stallion Laguna. Of all the teams in the Copa Paulino Alcantara, I think these are the two well-matched teams. As we can see, Steven Apia, long pass, finds Suba over the left side. Will he find a man? Suba, great dribbling skills, but that will go out for a goal kick.
And Mendiola showing a little bit of pace there, able to get in behind Stallions for a fraction of a second. And then Suba just with the drop of the shoulder, looking to create problems, but couldn't find the quality this early in the game. But he's one of those players, he warms into the occasion.
Now they're looking for a little bit of momentum out here with that long pass, but it was easily saved by Asong. Asong, who's been having a season of his life, if we could say, just conceding few goals out here, and a stellar performance against United City FC, earning them their very first point in the 2022 campaign. Through ball, won't get past Encabo, but here's Stephen Apia now against two players in pink. There is a foul called by referee Clifford Daipuyat. Apia, seems like they were forced to really put on that challenge on Apia, who we all know is a very fast player and knows how to find those open spaces.
Yeah, he did well. It was good running off the ball in front of him as well, just to pull that little bit of space, and he drove in there and he drew the foul really. And this will be a set piece. It's too far out most probably to shoot from. They might be looking to load up the box. And we can just see here, nice and positive, head up, little blindside run just to pull the space for him. And yeah, just a big strong tackle. Referee's made the right decision there.
So free kick, first one for Mendiola. They have plenty of options. They have Junior, they have Suba, and they have Pia. short one, kind of unexpected there. So against Bedia. Zabala intercepted now by Limbo. He stays with Mendiola out here. Salilig leaves that for Sandoval. Now they're going to open things up over the left side of the pitch with Alassane Wade. What a great pass there. Intercepted by Stallion Laguna, and Toto Uwermi will start the counterattack for them, only to be intercepted. Scramble for the ball in the middle of the pitch. What a lovely thing to see out here. Limbo. Bedia. Short pass intercepted once again by Mendiola. Sam Jr. against Silva. Jr. went down, but play goes on, says the referee. A little bit of frantic exchanges here between two sides. Stallion will try to operate with Nieras, forced to clear that ball out for a throw-in.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times there where Stallions could have been a little bit tidier on the ball, perhaps. Rushing forward passes when maybe it's not on and they could just hold it a little bit longer. But there are definitely calls out there from some players who want to be a little bit more patient. The pace is frantically quite fast at the moment, considering that you don't want to concede early in the game and you're better off settling into your rhythm. But of course, Mendiola have come out with the attitude that they want to get a goal, they want to push, they want to try to pull space and stretch the game out.
These type of games, it's going to take a toll on the fitness of the players, especially we just actually finished our Holy Week break. I don't think they had, some time to rest, but it's going to take a toll on them eventually. Corner, by the way, for Stallion, or for Mendiola rather, cleared out by Delgado. Delgado, forward pass, looking for Justin Peña there, just intercepted. Alassane Wade takes it back to Suba. Could not switch the play there. Limbo. Wade gets the ball, playing more of a forward role right now for Mendiola. I talked to him before the match. His natural position is center back, but we always see Alassane Wade going for the attack for Mendiola FC.
Well, this Mendiola side is actually built around a lot of defensive players. And of course, for those of you who are football players out there, normally if you take in a training session 5 defenders against 5 attackers, normally the defenders would win because they would have a better all-round game and a better transition, especially defending, of course. And I think that when you've got a team which is defensive-minded, it's easy for you to make changes and be more dynamic in the way that you play, because a defensive player will never leave a space if someone else pulls the space for them. They're always going to be looking to cover for each other. And it's working so far. I mean, Mendiola are looking okay. They're looking quite sharp, looking on their toes, look as if they're a team that believe in themselves.
And this is what we have been talking about over the past few games with Mendiola FC 1991. They've slowly built their confidence and their composure around the ball, whereas from their previous seasons, it feels like whenever they have the ball, they always panic and don't know what to do about it. But this time around, they know how to play with it. They know how to spread the ball and find the open spaces. Take a look. There was actually a foul there earlier. Oh, that was a challenge of Delgado on Alassane Wade. Just needing a little bit of medical attention. So Wade is back up on his feet. Nothing serious. He's just going to take a few minutes off the pitch. Asong decided to bring that forward for Apia. Bedia called for a handball there. "10 minutes in this game, Darren. A very fast-paced first 10 minutes. And it seems like this is how Mendiola FC wants Stallion Laguna to play with them.
Yeah, they come out of a really good mindset. Collectively, they look as if they're a team that's working towards something. And Mendiola will be hard to break down this game. But still, we all know that Stallions can be a threat. We know that Stallions are hard-working. And of course, counter-attack wise as well, Stallions are equally as good as when they're trying to build up and they're trying to play. So it's going to be a really interesting game. It could go down to one of those games, who scores first will really take control, but at the moment it's quite equal. It could go either way.
These are the type of games that it's really difficult to call or to predict who's going to win, as they're really on level terms if you look into it. And the style of play of Stallion and Mendiola is kind of similar, and we all know as well that both these sides can get very physical as the game goes on.
Yeah, this game will most certainly open up as it plays out. At the moment, there's a lot of press on the ball. We saw the game between ADT and Stallions was consistently high tempo. At the moment, this first half, it's quite hot out there on the pitch, which probably is slowing it down a little bit, but I feel that the tempo will increase, and of course we know Stallions are capable of keeping a high tempo, and of course Mendiola are in a situation where they have to play at a high tempo because they need the win, and keeping 75% of the possession is something which Mendiola will be really happy with, considering that they're coming out here with a really strong intent to get all 3 points.
Yeah, it really shows how they are dominating possession right now in the first 12 minutes of the match, 75-25. But are they making the most out of the possession that they do have right now, Darren?
I feel that sometimes, just like there we saw in that phase of play, that pass wasn't on. It was already very tight in the area. So again, it just comes down to coaching philosophies where short, it's already too tight. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 Stallions players, 6 pink shirts in a small area. You're not playing through there. You've got to look to recycle, play out and rotate and play out the other side.
It's one thing that Mendiola has to figure out as the game goes on. Troy Limbo against 2 players in gray out there. Pushed Alasan Wade. Players down. Referee Clifford Daipuya keeps his card in his pocket.
A little smile there from Troy Limbo, just trying to work out how he pushed someone that big over. Troy's a really good player. He's sharp, he's quick, played at all levels of youth level for the national team. But one thing is, I can say, he's not the biggest of lads. So
I think it was just testing how strong he is there. Against the tall Alasan Wade. Salilig slip there from De La Torre. Ball stays with Mendiola. Apia, great dribbling skills out there, just to wriggle his way past the defenders. And now a through ball for J.R. Suba to chase against Sky Bailey, taken down. A push, and there's a foul. Dangerous spot here for Mendiola FC 1991.
Yeah, that takes some adjustment from Bailey. I mean, perhaps in the Western world, when we're tackling as fullback, you can put your arm in, you put your arm across, and you can take a little bit of a contact. But really, in the Philippines, in the PFL, you won't get away with doing that. You won't get away with it all. So better off just sliding your arm in. You can't really extend and you can't really push. Just an adjustment that he needs to make. Now, Suba's rapid. He's really quick, so...
Here's a free kick from Hamed, headed away by Silva. I think he intended to curl that ball in from a very tight spot. But Mendiola FC stays with the possession out here. Another long ball inside the box. Header out here. Limbo now with the ball for Stallion. Great through pass for Peña against two players in gray. And Cabo to Limbo. Acres of space for Delgado down that right side. Plenty of options inside the box for him now against Alasan Wade. Padilla with a strike. Just mishit it. But the intention is there. You can feel that Stallion Laguna really wants to just get out of their own box and go for the counterattack. Padilla playing a little bit of a highlight out here for Stallion as we look into the replay of that strike.
Second time now that Stallions have been able to get the ball out on that right-hand side and cut it back to the edge of the box. Just needs a little bit more quality. Perhaps he had enough time there to take a touch, but it's the second time that Stallions have been able to run one of their plays out. And I mean, even if they haven't had the majority of the possession, they have been able to create, two chances from their style of play.
Nieras, hinahanap si Peña and Cabo. Bola para pa rin sa Stallion Laguna FC. Using that right side of the pitch for them. Bolden. Padilla. Toto Wormy to Bailey. Long pass here. Headed out only as far as Padilla. Grabe yung work rate ni Padilla dito. Defense, offense, he's always there.
Yeah, that's a bad pass. Or could you say that's well intercepted there by Hamid?
Through pass, sinahanap si Junior Pepito. At ibibigay niya yan kay Noah Bailey. Pinag-uusapan nga natin dito kanina, Darren, si Joaren Padilla. Alam natin na he's more of a defensive and a midfielder for Stallion Laguna, pero mas nakikita natin siya ngayon sa opensa para sa Stallion.
Yeah, well, they've got a really hard-working diamond in the middle. He makes up one of those sections, and of course, depending on what the other players in the diamond are doing in there, he's looking as if he's the player adjusting. As a senior player as well, that's something that you might be looking to do. Let the youngsters take on a little bit of the extra work, pushing forwards, driving forwards, but he's always there, he's tight to his man, reading the play well, he's having a good game at the moment.
Salilig. Here's Hamid. Babalik yan kay Asong. Lipat sila dito sa kaliwa, ay nahanap si Suba. Mag-pass kay Bailey. Suba. Chance for him to send this ball inside the box. Sam Jr. Cleared away by Nieras at corner para sa Mendiola FC 1991.
Yeah, Suba's just slips off the shoulder of Bailey there into the channel. There's a good pass and left-footed, just whips it in. It's a good positive first touch from Sam, but Matthew Nieras there just doing his job as the captain and clearing the danger, but only as much as a corner. And now Stallions need to kind of regroup a little bit defensively. You don't want Mendiola to build up any sort of momentum and build confidence, because that's what a side of Mendiola is good at doing.
Jimson Crestal ang magte-take ng corner para sa Mendiola. Constant figure in the starting lineup for Mendiola FC 1991 he is. Then swinger straight to the palms of Jason Pepito. Ito na ang counter-attack ng Stallion Laguna FC. Kay Noah Bailey. Hinahanap ang kanyang mga kakampi. Bailey ulit ang may tanga ng bola. Silva, babalik yan kay Nieras. Pressured on by Apia. Ngunit hindi nasundan ng kanyang teammates. And Cabo. Foul against Mendiola. Solid challenge there and a free kick for Stallion Laguna FC. Let's take a look at the replay out here, Darren. Just taken down there. So it's gonna be a free kick for Stallion Laguna FC. They have plenty of options inside the box. They have the tall figure of Silva and Bolden there. Looks like Finn McDaniel will take this. Three-man wall para sa Mendiola FC. Here's the free kick. Finn McDaniel goes short. Cleared out by Cristal for a corner. Corner. Kay Noah Bailey ang magte-take niyan. And let's see kung magawa nila ng paraan makascore ngayon dito sa corner na to. Long ball cleared out for another corner for the men in pink. Dahil may corner tayo, Darren, sorry, bigyan natin ng chance na kausapin natin ang ating mga fans sa ating live stream. Kung nanonood kayo ngayon, here's the time for you to ask for your shoutouts. Nagsisimula na John Ortiz and Kenry Balobo as well as Nicolas Ferrer watching this game on the live stream sa Facebook. Mamaya danan din natin yung YouTube, Darren. For now, corner para sa Stallion Laguna FC pero may commotion sa loob ng box. Mukhang may palitan ng words between Silva at si Alasan Wade doon. The much anticipated corner is in. No one there for Stallion. Steve Finapia chasing that ball. Keeps it alive. And Cabo. Pedia. Enough time for Stallion Laguna to reset. Here's Silva. Bailey. Still with Bailey. Now here's Delgado. Too strong of a pass for Finn to chase. Now counterattack for Mendiola. Apia. Chance here. Strike. Wide. Mainit ang laban dito, Darren, pero mukhang nag-iinit na rin ang ulo ni Coach Ernie Nieras dito sa touchline. Medyo mataas ang defensive line ng Stallion.
Yeah, well, I can feel his sentiment there because the balls come straight and direct from the goalkeeper, and the captain there was just left isolated by himself and there was no cover. And of course, you want the person taking the first tackle to always have covering behind him. So on that occasion, Stallions were a little bit high up the pitch. Of course, when your dedicated corner taker is your right back, you need to make sure that you make the adjustments as well defensively and try to, make sure that that doesn't happen if the goalkeeper gets on the ball nice and quickly. But good decision from the goalkeeper of Mendiola.
So corner now for Mendiola FC. Team captain Hamid Hajamadi will take this one for them. In swinger. Looking for a David Beckham-esque type of shot out there, but goes out for a goal kick. Binabati natin ang ating live viewers sa Facebook. Sila Rosel Asuncion Jose, Hezron Brul, Justin Ray Leonard Mancho, Joem Mascada, and Dominic Furia. So, marami-rami ang nanonood sa atin sa Facebook. Tignan naman natin dun sa isa nating channel sa YouTube. Mendiola. Here's Suba. Babalik niya yan. Long pass. Apia sends it to the middle for Alasan Wade. What a block there by Nieras. Pero may chance pa rin for Mendiola FC. Here's Hamid Hajimadi using that futsal and dribbling skills to get past Kai Noah Bailey. But that will be ushered out for a corner.
Yeah, really well worked. Free kick there from Mendiola. Taking it short just like they're doing with this corner. Ball back in play. Didn't quite have the quality it needed, and Stallions now with an opportunity to counter-attack 1v1.
Peña against Sandoval, and Sandoval wins that battle. That was a speedy counterattack from Stallion Laguna. Just thwarted there. Finn intercepted. Here's Mendiola now. Two players in gray. Miscommunication between Sam Jr. and Stephen Apia. Nagkabanggaan sila doon, Darren.
They almost tackled themselves, didn't they? I'm not sure if Sam was coming in from an offside position though, so it's just one of those things that happens sometimes. I've been waiting a really long time for an opportunity for that to happen. It doesn't happen very often at this level, actually. A through pass into someone spinning off into a one-on-one. It doesn't happen very often, so perhaps both of the forward men of Mendiola there getting a little bit excited and didn't scan and check for each other.
Sayang yung chance doon. They have two options out there. Two very fast players in Stephen Apia and Sam Jr. If only they had communicated really well there, could have been a goal-scoring chance for them. But they will have to wait. Really have to wait for that chance. Stoppage of play dito. Chinecheck lang ng ating mga players na enough yung air pressure ng bola. Importante din yan. Syempre, ayaw natin ng sobrang lambot. Ayaw rin naman natin ng sobrang tigas na bola for our game. So, restart tayo with Stallion Laguna FC. 28 minutes into this game, still 0-0. Plenty of options for Mendiola as well as for Stallion, and still an equal game that we have here. Hamid against and Delgado, I think. Delgado stays with the ball. Now a long pass looking for Finn McDaniel. Pero nandyan si Aljo Zabala, clearance, looking for De La Torre. Oh, challenge from Salilig from the back. And a foul called against Salilig and Mendiola FC. Let's take a look in that challenge. Nauna ng talon si Salilig. Kaya tinamaan niya si Delgado dun sa challenge na yun. Suba. Chansa para sa Stallion. Long ball na naman. Stephen Apia against Nieras. Flicks it on. A strike! Wide for Stephen Apia. Getting closer and closer now to that goal. Asking for a foul against Nieras, if I'm not mistaken. None given there.
I'll be surprised if Stallions don't start looking to make adjustments perhaps in their defensive lineup. I mean, on the left-hand side, they're struggling to open up without a natural left-footed player. It's been a couple of times, been a little bit shaky when the ball's fallen to his left foot, and it's really breaking up the passage of play a little bit for Stallions. They're not being able to produce that flow, and of course, with the high pressing of the fullbacks getting up the pitch, they're getting caught in transition, which they do not want to find themselves 1-0 down.
Well, a long shot over the bar. It seems like we're going to have some change here for Stallion Laguna on another dead ball. This is one of the substitutions that you might be expecting, Darren, in terms of their defensive line. They're just going to have to wait for the confirmation of the substitution out here. So Darwin Regala coming in for Giles and Cabo. It's a like for like change here for Stallion Laguna FC. Dahil ito na yata yung sinasabi mo na defensive shake-up for Stallion.
Yeah, I think when it's not your day, it's not your day sometimes. And I know that Barang, you pick your starting 11 in training, you work on it. For me, as someone who's coached, even up until the first whistle, sometimes you need to make a change. And if the player's not having a good day, he's not having a good day. And I mean, I know it's not nice. But professional football is professional football, and obviously this result is going to be important for both teams, and Stallions are willing to make that change in the first half just to try to secure up this left-hand side.
Seems like not in Cabo's day today. That's why he's replaced by Darwin Regala. So, mukhang pinapalakas ni Stallion ang kanilang depensa doon. A challenge between Wade and Delgado. Wayne is still down on the pitch. I think that was just a 50-50 ball for Delgado and Wade to chase there.
I think Wade just got to be a little bit more protective of himself in these situations, in these one-on-ones. If you're going to play centre-back in a tough physical league, you've got to do better than, turning your back on your ball. Just get your arm out, feel the player a little bit, and of course, win the ball. I mean, that's what your job is there to do as a centre-back. Get to that ball first, and then the referee is going to favour you. If you let the attacking player get to the ball first, and unfortunately, then the referee is going to look at the attacking player as the player who's going into the 50-50 with the advantage.
Wade's been getting plenty of challenges out here and plenty of medical attention as well from their physio. So he's going to be taken out again temporarily after that clash with Delgado. So reset of play here for Mendiola FC 1991. Shoutout nga pala sa mga viewers natin dyan sa YouTube. David Adrian Adraneda, Tinker Dale, shoutout from Thailand. Glenn Ian Elma, shoutout from Butuan. Sino ba? Raleigh Magnaye, We Are Stallion. Plenty of viewers as well sa ating YouTube channel. Salamat sa inyong panonood at pagsuporta sa Copa Paulino Alcantara. Kai Bailey, foul ang itatawag ni Clifford Aypuya doon kay Sandoval. Quick play para sa Stallion Laguna FC. As we take a look at the shot statistics, 8-4 Mendiola, only 3 for Stallion Laguna FC. So nararamdaman na talaga natin yung pressure coming in from Mendiola FC. Peña, strike from distance, blocked. Stephen Apia, intercepted by Regala, but will be taken back to Asong. Another player is down here for Mendiola. Stephen Apia felt a little bit of a knock from Regala, I think, and he's back up, so no need to play the ball out. Salilig. Blocked by Regala once again. Wade getting some check there from our match official. Just checking if he's fit enough to come back to the game. Meanwhile, intercepted again ng Mendiola ang bola. And Wade is back on the pitch.
Yeah, we know that Stallions are hard in their press, and I understand the philosophy. The hardest part is about getting to the ball. So if you're there and you can put pressure on and you can make a tackle, make a tackle. I don't think Stallions are a dirty team. I just think they're a physically well-conditioned team that are able to keep pressure on the ball and aren't scared to go into their 50-50s. That all comes down to mindset, really.
Talagang nakikita natin na hindi maduming maglaro, pero alam natin na sobrang physical lang nung Stallion Laguna in terms of their pressure or their defense as well. So medyo nararamdaman na yan ng Mendiola.
Which is a different style to the way that Mendiola press, where Mendiola are very quick to press the space, whereas Stallions are much quicker pressing the player. Different styles of defending. I mean, it really depends on the players that you have, the training programs that you follow, and of course the preference of the coaches.
50-50 ball again there between Daniels or Finn McDaniel and Zabala. Cleared out by Mendiola. Sam Jr. is not really that impacting in this game so far compared to the last few games that he played for Mendiola. But here's Hamid, intercepted by Stallion. Crowded by 2 or 3 players out there. Medea. They're closing out the options for Stallion. Ito yung sinasabi mo, Darren, that they're closing the spaces and they're not closing on or closing in on the man. Apia looking for Suba. Suba now against Kai Bailey. Former teammates in the Ascals U23 back in 2019. Now rivals here at Mendiola and Stallion game.
And on this occasion, Suba managing to force another corner for Mendiola. We've got just less than 10 minutes left in this first half, and it's been a really good game, end to end. Neither team really has dominated in terms of creating lots and lots and lots of clear-cut chances, but it's been well contested, and I'm sure we'll see a goal soon.
Not now, says Pepito, as he plucks the ball in the air from that corner. Dami nagpapabati sa atin dito, Darren. Shout out Bicol FC from John Ortiz. John Anthony Delara watching from Cebu. Cebu's going to be playing next week. So I hope you support Dynamic Curve Cebu FC. Danro De Los Santos just appreciating the fact how beautiful the kits are for both sides out here. So Stallion once again putting on the pressure on Mendiola. Roughly about 7 minutes remaining in this first half. Cross by Limbo. Blocked. They will have the ball again. Limbo. Now it goes out for a corner. Look at Coach Ernie Nieras. Made few changes, or made a change out here with that, introducing Darwin Regala. I think he might have already figured out what's missing out there on that side. Corner. Cleared out by Mendiola. Chasing the ball is Regala and Junior. Cleared away by Regala for a throw in, giving Mendiola FC a chance to reset and find the open man out there. Very familiar naman to nagpapa-shoutout sa atin. Glenn Charles Lopez. Pa-shoutout naman po sa production team, lalo na sa mga cam-up. Thanks, Tito Jamer. Thank you so much, Direk Glenn. Pepito, what a save there. So medyo kumakalma ang ating laro towards the final 5-6 minutes of the first half. I think they're just saving a little bit of energy of their own, as they know that they still have 45 minutes left. Alasan Wade, again, in the thick of the action. May change na naman tayo ng bola dito, Darren. Mukhang kulang ang hangin ng ating mga bola ngayong araw.
I think it's one of those things. I know that a lot of players want the play to stop, but really that's the referee's decision to stop the game. And if it's flat for both teams. That's what I would say. Just keep playing.
So, referee Clifford Daipuyat, mukhang meron ng desisyon dito. Ilalaro na nila to. Okay na raw yung bola, sabi ni referee. And restart tayo for Stallion Laguna FC. Apia takes it back to Salilig. Through pass. Hinahanap si Apia. Covered by Regala and Nieras. It's out for a throw-in. So 4 minutes remaining. Mukhang we're gonna head into the locker rooms level pegging, but we might be in for a little bit of a surprise. Handball ang hinahanap ng Mendiola. Referee Clifford Daipuyat says play goes on. Here's Kai Bailey. Cameron Bolden to Peña. Now here's Bailey. Sends the ball forward to Finn McDaniel. First touch, not that good. It's going to be cleared out for a throw-in. That was a dangerous pass from Bailey to Finn McDaniel there.
Yeah, it was direct, but he managed to pick his man out. And I think Finn's touch was probably one of those situations. It was better than what he thought it was going to be. And it fell into a good spot, but he just didn't react quite in time. But it's good to see Stallions playing a little bit more through their holding centre mids. It does make a difference when the player in the middle of the park gets on the ball and is checking both ways.
Mendiola now. Sila naman ang susubok umatake, pero nandyan si Nieras. Apia ang may bola. Binigay kay Haji Madi. Long ball. Hinahanap si Sam Jr. Foul ang itinawag ni referee Clifford Daipuyat doon as Sam Jr. took Nieras down.
Really interesting that Mendiola didn't swap Suba over to the right-hand side. I think that if they had swapped him over, especially in the, after the first 10-15 minutes, after seeing the imbalance across the back of Stallion's back four, could be winning this game already.
I think they're still trying to experiment on him being a reverse winger for them. But let's see how they're going to adjust things as we only have about a minute and 15 seconds remaining in this first half. Of course, meron din tayong additional time. Hintayin natin sa ating referee kung ilang minutes ang ibibigay. Pero habang may throw-in dito for Stallion Laguna, shoutout sa Yeno FC ng Marikina City, Mark D. Castro. Wade. Nakakuha na naman ng Stallion ng bola. Hamed Hajimadi. Tatawagan siya ng foul doon ni referee Daipuyat against Limbo. Just a talking to with the referee out there, Hamed. Free kick for Stallion Laguna FC. 4-man wall for Mendiola. Finn McDaniel on top of this ball. So as Bailey. Finn figuring out. Spreads it to Bailey. Pass inside, looking for Bolden. Peña cleared away by Alasan Wade. And Mendiola breathes for another day.
Well, that's football at this level, really. You work really hard for 45 minutes and then you get an opportunity which is being created from, a set piece or from a nice little build-up of play, and you've got to take those opportunities.
Still have the opportunity here, though, with a throw-in. 2 minutes additional time, says the referee. Regala. Long forward pass. Asong alert to the possibility out there, and he's going to send that forward looking for Apia or Junior. Salilig. Great flick on there. Hamed covering for the ball. Foul against Stallion, and a chance for a free kick. Yellow card on Troy Limbo. I think he already ran out of warnings out there from referee Clifford Daipuyat, hence the yellow card on Troy Limbo. Confirmation of the yellow card there with Troy Limbo. So free kick, possibly the last piece of action here in this first half. While we wait for that free kick, look who's watching there, and Jerry Barbaso, former player here in the PFL as well.
Yeah, the legend Jerry. Hi Jerry, enjoy the game.
Junior, ooh, great ball there. And referee Clifford Daipuyat says time as we go to the locker rooms level here at halftime with Mendiola FC 1991 holding their fort against Stallion Laguna FC. Plenty of chances for both sides. Darren, who do you think had the better of the opportunities between the two of them?
Well, I would say in terms of direct passages of play, Mendiola forced some opportunities, got the ball wide, got it into the box. Nothing's really been clear and direct for either team, but it's been very, very well contested. It's been an interesting 0-0, and I'm sure there's a goal coming in the second half.
Game of two halves out here, Darren, as we go to the halftime. 0-0 between Mendiola FC 1991. We'll just take a break, and we'll get back to the action.
There's an opportunity here, and we've got our first goal of the match. Leaves it to Ramsey to make it 3-0. opportunity here, and we've got our first goal of the match. Leaves it to Ramsey to make it 3-0.
Halftime here at the PFF National Training Center between Mendiola FC 1991 and Stallion Laguna FC. As it stands, still scoreless between these two sides, and a thrilling encounter in that first half, Darren, as we take a look into some of the highlights of the first half right here. A very frantic start between two sides. Really equal sides out here, Darren.
There's a lot of end-to-end action in the first half, and that slowly opened the game out, and players who in wide areas were able to pick little passes to the edge of the box, nice little crosses into good areas. Nothing really clear cut to say, okay, that should have been a goal. There's a couple of opportunities where if the first touch was a little bit better, or if the timing of the run was a little bit better, then perhaps they would have found themselves 1-0 up. But it's been matched by some equally well contested defending. It's been a good 0-0. I mean, some 0-0s are like watching paint dry, but this has most certainly been one of those games where you can feel a goal coming. It's just going to be, is it going to come from an excellent passage of play, or is it going to come from a mistake? I think that's really what this second half is going to play into.
Sam Jr. might be missing a little bit of his form from his last few games, but Stephen Abia is there to help him out as we look into the halftime stats out here. 53% possession for Mendiola FC 1991, only 47 for Stallion. But what's really impacting here, shots for Mendiola, 9 already and 4 on target, Darren.
Well, if you're Mendiola, you're going to be happy with those statistics. Coming into this game, arguably the underdogs in a situation where they must win to stay in the Copa. And I think now, with the changes and adjustments that they've made in personnel, they will be happy to see that they've created 9 opportunities. And if they can create another 9 opportunities, you would have thought with the quality of players that they have and the options that they have on the bench, because of the changes that they've made, they should be able to convert and they should be able to get a goal. But on the other side, when you look at Stallions, you know that they maybe aren't firing on all cylinders, but if Stallions get 1-0 up, they are not going to lose this game. They look as if they had the experience and enough amongst them to get a goal and get the win.
Let's talk about physicality as well here, Darren. 5 fouls on Mendiola, 6 on Stallion Laguna FC. Really physical game that we have out here in the first 45 minutes. How do you think this will pan out towards the final 45 minutes of this game?
Well, at the moment, Stallions are dictating a lot of the tempo in terms of the way that they're pressing Mendiola and forcing Mendiola to play the way that they're playing. And it really just depends on which side can sustain the tempo for the longest period of time. If that's the way that the goal is going to be scored. If it becomes tactical, it'd be difficult to say which team is going to win. But if they keep going at each other, you would probably say that it's going to become a game of, are Mendiola going to score on the counter-attack?
The sun is slowly going down here at the PFF National Training Center, but the action is still on its way up. We still have 45 minutes left here in this game. It's a winner-take-all scenario here between Stallion and Mendiola FC 1991. More importantly, this is one of the games that Mendiola FC 1991 have to win if they want to give themselves a chance towards the knockout stages, as we go into the second half with Stallion Laguna FC starting to play from left to right in this game. Our fans in the PFL Facebook page have already made their picks. A lot of them choosing Mendiola to win this game by 1-0. Meanwhile, other Stallion Laguna FC fans looking for the opposite. Keep those comments coming para mabati namin kayo sa ating live stream. Junior, here's Hamed, taken down by Bedia. Clean tackle, says the referee, and now a chance for Stallion. Thwarted there by Mendiola. They will go for the counter-attack, but Suba failed to get to the ball. Delgado. Here's Peña. Blocked out there by Zabala, but another chance for Stallion. What a great through ball for Bedia. Alasan Wade covering. Bedia tried to chase the ball, but a touch too strong and it goes out for a throw-in.
Yeah, really nice little through pass there in between the two players, and another situation where he could have taken the extra touch. And just sometimes, I know at this level you've got to do things first time sometimes, because you know the tempo and the press and the space that you're given is, you know, really minimalised. But with a little bit of communication, a little bit of talk, you can talk in that composure, and there could have just taken a touch and just rolled it past the goalkeeper.
First 2 minutes ng ating second half, Darren, medyo nape-pressure ng Stallion ang Mendiola dito sa kanilang half. Nahihirapan sila makalabas ngayon. Chance para sa Stallion. Coverage from Cristal. Ball goes out. Goal kick ang sabi ng ating linesman. Coach Ernie Niera is just asking for his players to stop complaining and just play by the whistle, play by the ball as well. So they reorganize their defense for this Mendiola goal kick. Peña hits it to Delgado. Great coverage there by Zabala. Peña with the interception. Joar and Bedia looking for options. Has a man over the left side. Regala. Binigay ang regalo kay Delgado, pero inilabas yan ni Wade. Apia. Here's Hamed. Great 1-2. Through pass looking for Sam Jr. He's caught by the offside flag there. Close but not close enough for Mendiola.
Yeah, just ran a little bit straight there. Needed to delay his run. There was nothing wrong with the build-up. Just the timing. We mentioned it when we were looking at the highlights. It's just going to be a little bit more quality, whether it's the touch or whether it's the timing of the run. Whichever team gets it right first, or whichever team makes the mistake first, will find themselves winning this game.
Stallion looking to organize the attack over the left side of the field out here. Going to reset with Matthew Niera as their team captain. Here's Bolden. Poor pass there. Was trying to find Bailey. That went out for a goal kick. Long ball sent forward, looking for Apia, headed away by Silva. A throw in deep to the territory of Stallion Laguna FC as we take a look at our lively crowd out here at the PFF National Training Center, having their refreshments at halftime and enjoying a little bit of action here at this game. Stallion looking for a foul there, but it was given to the other side. Limbo into the middle, looking for Daniel. Great turn. Delgado. Strike. Wade blocks it. Cleared away by Sandoval. Pressure stays on as Regala chases the ball. Regala, long ball. Wade again with the block there. Now Stallion putting a foot to the pedal. Foul on Hamid Hajimadi as he took down Bolden there.
I think that time when Hamid watches that back, there can't be any complaints there. Bolden's gone nice and strong, and Hamid there just using his momentum and just little pull, little push down. Enough for the referee to give that free kick. But Stallions look as if they've come out a little bit more comfortable on the ball this half. Shape is looking good. Bolden in the middle is getting on the ball a little bit more. Perhaps a couple of times showing a little bit of a lack of experience when he's picking his passes going forwards, but at least now he's trying to do the right things.
Mask on for our fans here at the PFF National Training Center, but that won't block the beauty of the fans that we have here. Long ball. Clearance for Mendiola. Stallion now on the attack. Bedia with a pass to Delgado. Delgado stays with it. Gets past two players. What a lovely skill out there. Sends it inside looking for Limbo. Cleared away That'll be a corner for Stallion Laguna FC. They're putting on the pressure now, Darren.
Yeah, they're doing really well at the moment, Stallions. Working the ball, looking a lot sharper and able to push players forwards and get players into the box. Short corner.
Kainoa Bailey sends it inside, looking for Silva, heads it in. Looking for his teammates out there. Counter-attack time for Mendiola FC 1991 with Stephen Apia. Sends a long ball forward to Sam Jr. He's onside this time. Options in the middle of the box. Sam Jr. Suba asking for it. Cleared away by Limbo. Plenty of options out there, Darren. They have Suba. They have Hamid on the other side as well as Apia.
Yeah, it was a good switch out to the left-hand side, and it was just one of those situations where I felt a little bit worried there for Stallions because the goalkeeper got caught in two minds almost. And as we just saw, one of the better passages the player thought from Mendiola going forward. So we're going to see a substitute in an attacking area.
Suba makes way for Jim Ashley Flores. So their team captain is now inside the field, but Hamid Ajamadi stays with the captain's armband. Mendiola trying to find a way past four defenders out there. Here they go again. Cleared out this time by Stallion. So they'll take it all the way back. Confirmation of the substitution out there. Jim Ashley Flores coming in for Mariano Jer Suba. Some fresh legs might do the trick for Coach Niboy Pedimonte and Mendiola FC 1991. Meanwhile, preparations for Stallion Laguna FC out here. Looks like Yannick Tuason will come in. No one got to the ball there. It'll be a throw-in for Stallion. Kai Bailey. Cleared out by Alassane Wade only as far as Bolden. Quick exchange of passes out here to get away from danger. What a lovely skill to get there by Bailey. Through pass to Limbo. Options for Stallion inside the box. Headed away by Mendiola. Alassane Wade will calm things down for Mendiola. But here's Stallion Laguna again with Bolden against Hajimadi. Takes it to Bailey. Challenged by Flores and a foul against Jim Ashley Flores there.
Good build-up play by Stallions on the right-hand side. I thought it was a little bit tight, but Bailey's done really well. Quick feet just to get past two players and got it into Justin Pena, who just rolled it down the line to Troy. And I felt in that situation, Stallions forwards have got to tap that ball into the box. It's a good ball in by Troy Limbo.
I think that's a high boot called by the referee there on Stephen Apia. He's going to get a warning there. Couple of substitutions in the wings here for Stallion Laguna FC. Couple of fresh legs and experienced players as well coming in for them.
Yes, you got it right there. Experience. Both really good players, both creative. Yannick Tuason as well, settling into a more senior role. He's been picking his passes really well in training. And I'm sure he will make a big influence on the game. And if they make the right substitutions now, Stallions, they might end up scoring 1-2 goals.
We're going to have to wait for those substitutions as Mendiola FC with a chance of their own for the attack here with Stephen Apia. Try to get past everyone in pink there, but crowded by four players. And now they will go for the counter attack. Here's Troy Limbo. Finn McDaniel was asking for it, not given for the throw or for the through ball. Send it over to the other side for Delgado. Delgado against Hajimadi. Pass to Pena. Open things up with Bailey over the right side. No one inside the box for Stallion, but they will still have a chance. Ooh, slip there. Great recovery. But it ends there as Mendiola end-to-end counterattack here between two sides. Stephen Apia using his paces. A tackle by, I think that's Silva. Clean tackle. Saves the blushes of the keeper out there for a corner. Here's the confirmation of the substitution. Justin Peña's going to be taken out for Yannick Tuason. And then we'll see Marvin Angeles coming in for Joe Warren-Bedia. His day is over, but boy, what a performance from Joe Warren-Bedia here in this game.
Yeah, I thought both of the centre mids have done well. They've worked hard. They've done what's going to be expected if you're a Stallions player. And I feel now that when the game is a little bit open, there's a little bit less pressure coming from Mendiola. Mendiola's main threat really is that counter-attack that we just saw. Fantastic pace in the counter-attack. But Stallions now with the more open field can really get their foot on the ball and get the ball popping around and moving around. And if you've got two former national team players on the bench with a wealth of experience between the two of them, a good substitute decision there from the coaching staff of Stallions.
They'll be banking on the experience as well as the creativity of Tuason and Angeles towards the latter part of the game. Medyo dumudulas ang ating pitch. Dumadami yung players na nadudulas. Hamid Ajimadi controls that ball well. Jim Ashley Flores not providing the option for Hamid. No one for him there. They still have possession. Cristal gives it away to Pepito. Chance para bumati tayo sa ating mga fans. Si Arian Olis Duyungan, papa-shoutout sa atin. Sana nag-enjoy kayo. Limbo sends the ball forward. Tuason is there. Alasan Wade is down. A little bit of a push from Tuason, but great intention there from the substitute to open things up for them.
I think Wade as a centre-back's really got to watch himself a little bit because, I mean, other teams are going to watch this, and if he's not conducting himself physically, like you saw Silva when he's made that big tackle at the back and he's in command and he's telling off every single player in front of him. That's what you need from your centre-back, because a United City, if they play again, a Kaya are going to see these sorts of things and they're going to get physical against him and try to push him and almost bully him out of the game.
You think a centre-back should be the dominant force at the back there, just keeps on standing whenever there's a challenge. But
yeah, you can't risk going to the ground like that because you could get caught out. Especially, I mean, some players who are playing, who are really sharp in transition, will take advantage of a centre-back being on the floor.
It'll give them the impression that they could easily take him on. And, a little bit of a nudge here, nudge there. He goes down, no foul given. They're on a free roaming option out there inside the box.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, you run it in 5 times. If he goes down 5 times, you can almost guarantee the referee's not going to give all 5.
Here's Finn McDaniel against Alasan Wade this time.
There you go. He was listening to us.
Yeah, he did. Does he have a headset or an earphones while he's playing the game? Used his body well there. Switch of play, looking for Kai Bailey, intercepted by Stephen Apia. To the dismay of Coach Ernie Nieras down the touchline. They still have the ball here. Chance for them to open things up. Here's Bailey over the right side. Looking for options. Bailey against Cristal. Sends it inside. Cleared away. Only as far as Bolden. Here's Tuason now. Foul counts 8 on Mendiola, 6 on Stallion. Game is getting a little bit more physical here compared to the first half. But challenges are getting a little bit cleaner compared to the first half as well. Fewer fouls resulting to cleaner challenges. Bailey. Angeles. Plenty of space. Finn McDaniel takes it back to Bailey. Limbo. Through pass. Great interception there by Zabala. Read that well. But Regala challenges the ball. Flores is down. Mendiola asking for Stallion to take the ball out, but they're on the offensive here. You would understand them. They take it out. Fair play. As we take a look on Jim Ashley Flores down on the pitch on, I think that's a 50-50 ball with Regala.
I think it's just one of those things with the game here and the way it's developed. People are very quick to put the ball out of play. As you said, it was a 50-50. Stallions were in control of the situation. Stallions do not need to put the ball out of play there. I mean, there'll be a lot of people saying, oh, what about fair play? But at the end of the day, that is the way that the rules are built in the game. There is no specific rule in the game that says that you must put the ball out of play. The rules in the game which are there to protect the players are for head injuries. And if there's a head injury, then the man in the middle of the park with the whistle, he's the one who takes control of the situation to keep it safe.
Most of the time, you could say that that's a gentleman agreement between the teams out here for to take the ball out for fair play. But I think that's a missed opportunity for Stallion.
I think that's a situation. That's a senior player who's taken advantage of the kindness of the way that the football has developed here. Honestly, he lost possession. He wasn't strong enough. He was out-muscled, and he's gone down because he lost the ball. That's it. Period. And I know a lot of people might disagree with me there, but at the end of the day, Stallions are in possession of the ball. They're attacking. They should not be forced to put the ball out of play.
And here's the attack from Stallion into the middle for Tuason. And what a block there. They still have a chance. Bolden, if he could keep this in play, foul on Bolden.
And that's my point. He just walked straight back on the pitch and straight away was physically capable of winning the ball back. So where is the point in fair play? Where's the fair play in that? Someone explain it to me.
Here's the chance for Tuason. Block by Sandoval. Just read that on time to make sure that they don't concede the goal here. Conceding a goal at this time of the game is very dangerous for either side as the game winds down. Bailey. Silva. Ililipat sa kabilang side ng Stallion ng bola. Pepito. Clearance. Junior. Bolden. Strong challenge there. Kai Bailey looking for the through ball on Finn McDaniel. Ball goes out, throw in, and a chance for Stallion to capitalize on this one. Bolden called for a handball there. That's a clear one.
Yeah, this will be the big test for Mendiola. Where we have mentioned in the past their ability to adapt to the change of a game scenario. Now Stallions are getting more possession on the ball. The game is more open. Are Mendiola able to adapt and try to, change the game into their favour?
This is going to be a test of character now for Mendiola as we have another counterattack for Stallion Laguna rather. Delgado thought about it. Here's Limbo in the middle. Hamid with a challenge. Now counterattack for them. Long forward pass looking for Stephen Apia. Silva strong there. Stays on his feet and keeps the ball out of danger. Angeles. Still Angeles. Foul on Zabala. Dangerous spot to concede a free kick here for Mendiola.
Yeah, and it was Finn McDaniel there that just drifted into an offside position, which delayed the pass from Angeles. And you could argue that the left side there was free, but the pressure was It was pretty intense in there. I mean, it's becoming a little bit of a game of two halves for Mendiola. Their defence is quite deep, and then the two strikers that they have are really high up the pitch, and the ones who are going to struggle will be the players like Hamid in the middle, who's having to cover the distance in between.
See there, Angeles and Tuazon making quick impact since their substitution. Salilig, he had a fantastic game against Kaya, although they've conceded a goal, but his goal line clearance in that last game proved the point that he's there to defend his team. And let's see how they will defend through this free kick. Delgado and McDaniel. Between the two of them, let's see who's going to take it. You have a couple of substitutions waiting here for Mendiola. We'll be waiting for the free kick here. Finn. Delgado hits it to the wall. Apia to Junior. Through ball. Naabutan ni Sam Jr. But no options there inside the box for them. Apia. Siya naman ang gagawa para sa Mendiola. Blocked. Headed away. Flores. Went down. No penalty, says the referee. Ooh. Apia with the ball there. Looking for Junior. But that just went over the bar. And it allows substitutions now for Mendiola FC 1991. Jerome Marzan will be coming in, as well as Eric Manlapas. They'll be replacing Jimson Cristal and Franco De La Torre.
Well, it's pretty much like for like. We were talking about game adjustments for Mendiola, and it looks as if they've found a nice little pattern of play in their counter-attacks. They're able to keep the transition together. And with just over 20 minutes to go, it's one of those games now. It looks as if one goal is going to be enough to do it.
But it seems like when Mendiola felt that Stallion is already putting on the pressure on them, it feels like a point will be enough for them, or they'll be happy to take away a point against Stallion.
It did reach that where you would think, okay, Mendiola will be happy with the point, but you have to remember 1 point is not going to be enough to keep them in this cup competition. They really need 6 points out of 6, so they will keep pushing, they will keep working hard, and it looks as if they've rode out that big spell of play where Stallions had loads of possession, and they're starting to build into the games themselves.
They had the chance to keep the possession out there, but Apia just touched that ball out for a throw-in. If Mendiola will be able to string a couple of passes out here, find the open spaces, they might give themselves the chance to get all 3 points against Stallion. You can't say that they're struggling. They're really strong physicality-wise. But let's see how things will pan out over the next 20 minutes. Goal kick ang ibibigay ng ating referee. So Nieras, siya magsisimula ng play para sa Stallion. Here's Silva. Bailey. Long ball forward. Looking for Finn McDaniel. Alasan Wade clears the ball out for a throw-in. Salamat sa mga nanonood sa ating Facebook and YouTube stream. Bu Abdullah, shout out po from Zamboanga City. Tondo FC player Jaime Ayuban watching this game as well. Sana nag-enjoy kayo sa mga bahay nyo. At bigyan nyo rin naman ng chance ang sarili nyo na manood dito sa PFF National Training Center. Throw in. Bailey. Limbo. Couple of players who played with the Ascals development team now with Stallion Laguna FC. Regala. Hindi niya na-cross ng maayos ang bola. Goal kick para sa Mendiola FC 1991.
Yeah, struggling a little bit, not having a natural left-footed player on the left-hand side.
Wade, long ball. Don't know who is looking for out there. Wade again. Bailey. Oh, interception here. But that is too strong, and Pepito will hold on to that one. Delgado. Eto na ang Stallion. Limbo. Wala siyang nakitang teammate doon. Marzan to Hamed. Through ball for Salilig. Apia. Great coverage here by Stallion, keeping that defensive line intact and making sure that no through passes could go through to them. Wade covers that for Asong. End-to-end action here towards the final 18 minutes of this game. Hamed. Quick pass to Salilig. Hamed. Still with Hamed. Still with Hamed. Struggling to find the options there. Forced to play a corner. Substitution out here for Stallion Laguna FC. Brian Ibanez coming in for Troy Limbo, one of the other players out here for Stallion Laguna who had a decent game. Now takes a break. So short corner here. Another corner for Mendiola FC 1991. A chance for them to put on the pressure on Stallion. Habang inintay natin yung corner, Rona Saludares Bias watching from Germany. Rash Mustafa. Shout out po sa asawa ko, Habibi Mustafa from Zamboanga. Corner taken. Hamed taken down. No foul called. Counter attack for Stallion. Pass just too wide for them to chase. Hamed is still down. We'll have a look on that foul, but it seems a bit serious here on Mendiola. As we take a look possession-wise, almost level between the 252 to 48, Darren.
Yeah, it's been pretty close in almost all areas of the pitch. I feel like Stallions really had that moment at the start of this second half where they were really in control of the game, but they couldn't keep that momentum going. But you got to give credit where it's due to Mendiola. They had that reserve plan of going back to those longer, more direct passes, but they were able to keep the transition and keep the team together and build themselves back into this game.
Here's the challenge on Hamed. Twazon. Been a little deep there, but still. A tackle, no foul called by the referee. So Hamed showing Kai Bailey where he was tackled there. He's just going to take some time off. Wade now. Mendiola. Offside ang sabi ng ating referee. So bola ulit para sa Stallion Laguna FC. By the way, nabanggit natin kanina si Ma'am Rona Bias, mother of Oli Bias, who's going to be playing later against Kaya FC in our second match of the doubleheader for today. Kaya FC against ADT. Clearance for Stallion. Medyo bumabagal na ang pace ng ating laro. 14 minutes remaining. But you would expect a final barrage of attack from both sides out here. Manlapas. Forward pass for Apia. Takes a strike. Ooh, wide. Off the left post. They're getting closer. Had Junior been there on that far post, what could have been for Mendiola?
Yeah, they're still pushing through and they're still trying to make something happen. I mean, they are limited sometimes to the numbers that they have forwards, but they keep working hard in the right areas. Maybe something will come off for them.
Stallion now with a fair share of counter-attack. Kai Bailey. Through ball for Tuazon. Quick look for options. Going to take it back to Bailey. What a pass. Finn McDaniel. Poor first touch there, but the ball goes out for a corner. While we're waiting for the corner, mabilisan na lang na shoutout. Nimrod Balabat, Chris Pridgen, Joshua Guba, Zandroy Lagan, Richard Soluta, Virgil Asinas. Oh, punched out by Asong. Another chance here for a corner. He's smiling now, but they still have the pressure on. Delgado with that header.
Yeah, he's doing really well in goal, isn't he? He's right place at the right time, making a good habit of it as well. But another corner now for Stallions to attack.
Kai Bailey with another outswinger out here. Almost hold on to it. Strike. Blocked by Wade. Cleared away for a throw-in. Pressure stays on. Stallion Laguna looking for that first elusive goal here in this game.
Well, it's just over 10 minutes and Mendiola with everyone behind the ball and Stallions with almost everyone in front of the ball. So you can just see exactly what it is that's online in this game. Stallions will really want this 3 points, but the counter-attack is always going to be the threat. Well read.
Well read out there. Now a chance for Ibanez. Asking for a handball there. Through pass for Delgado. Blocked again. This time it's going to be a corner for Stallion. Pressure just keeps on mounting now here inside the half of Mendiola FC 1991.
Yeah, and they have the aerial advantage at times, depending on how many players Mendiola are pulling back into the box.
Alasan Wade clears out only towards Delgado, who now gives it to Ibanez. Ibanez takes a strike from distance. Not going to challenge Asong, who's having a season of his life right now. Another clean sheet might just be enough for him. He might be happy with that, but they should be taking all 3 points here if you could ask me. Short pass to Alasan Wade. Finn McDaniel to chase. Intercepted. Here's Stallion now. Ooh, great steal there from Angeles. Kai Bailey. Swinging that in. Wade covers. Delgado still there. Down the line. Taken down. Clifford Daipuyat says, get up, there's no foul. To the dismay and protest of Stallion Laguna FC. Silva clears. They were looking for that penalty, Darren, but was not given to them.
Yeah, he'd done everything right. Excellent work. Good feet. Just managed to get his way through 2 players there, and
that's a tough one to call, Darren. From our point of view,
I must admit, when I first saw it, I thought penalty.
yeah.
But of course, I would not want to be a referee in that sort of situation.
It's a very tough call. Might be one of the turning points of this game. Tuason with a through ball. What a lovely pass to Kai Bailey. Sends it in. Asong alert to the possibility again, but Delgado should have headed that one. Possession stays for Stallion as Bolden fights Flores. Tuason could not win it against Hamed. 1-2. Flores blocked there. Angeles will now take it back to Silva. Strong pass intercepted now by Marzan. End-to-end action here. Hamed asking for the ball in the middle.
It's going to be a very good finish to this game. It's one of those games which has been really well contested, but it could just come down to that one moment. And Stallions had a couple of those moments in the last couple of minutes of this dying ends of this really good game.
Marzan read that well. Hamed. Kai Bailey now with the ball. Flicks it. Here's Apia. Flores asking for the through ball. Junior. 1-2. Flores cleared away by Silva.
Yeah, it's a little bit tight there, and Bailey's just trying to work the ball out of a very tight space. Got caught. And then the transition there of Mendiola. That's the way that they've been playing the majority of this second half. It's a little bit different to how they used to do it. They do have better numbers forwards when they're counter-attacking. And let's see if they can capitalise from this corner. Hajimedi.
Short one. Kai Bailey now with the ball. They still have possession here. Mendiola. Hamed against Tuason. They've been at it since Tuason has been subbed into this game. Junior. Ball goes out of play. And a goal kick for Stallion Laguna FC. We're in for an action-packed 6 minutes remaining in this game, Darren. Bolden. Here's Regala. Wade being pressured on by 3 players in pink. Now they have the ball. Sends it in for Finn. Asong was alert. And chance for Mendiola for attack of their own. Salilig keeps the ball in play. Marzan to Hamed. Opening things up at the back. Wade over to Sandoval. Nieras intercepts. Tuason to Bolden. So trying to figure out how to get past this Mendiola defense. Salilig could not get the exchange with Hamed, but the ball goes out for a throw-in for them. Five minutes. Angeles through pass for Tuason. Great coverage there by Sandoval. Long ball now. Flores headed away. Bolden with the ball. Tuason intercepted in a counterattack for Flores and Mendiola FC 1991. Hamed to the middle. Apia could not get it over to Junior. Now he does. Against Bailey. Strike. Blocked there. Cleared away by Silva. Wade taps that to Salilig. Mendiola is still with the ball for a throw in. Silva. Foul on Ibanez. Coach Ernie Yaras asking for a handball there on Salilig, but it'll be a foul against Ibanez. So here's the delivery from Hamed Hajimadi. Sam Jr. could not get his head to it. Now, quick exchange between Marvin Angeles and Kai Bailey. Long ball forward for Ibanez. Acres of space down the right side. Delgado's asking for it in the middle. Strike from Ibanez. Blocked by Manlapas. An open man there for Delgado, not given by Stallion. But they will go for the attack once again. Here's Bolden to Delgado. Sends it forward. Tuason could not get a touch to it.
And again, Stallion's able to get in and around Mendiola, but just couldn't get the connection at the end of the cross. I felt though in the last passage of play when Ibanez got the ball, should have had his head up, squared it to his teammate Delgado on the other side.
It was wide open there over that left side. It was not given. They will be begging for that chance again. Level on shots now as the game runs down. 2.5 minutes remaining plus some added time. Marzan gives it to Apia. Apia sends it over to the other side. Nieras is there. Tuason, great first touch. Regala covered well there. Now a long ball to Flores. Controlled it with the chest, but he's offside. Ooh, poor touch there. Sam Jr. against Darwin Regala. Now Jr. wins it into the middle for Apia with the first time strike. He miskicked that ball. He'll be begging for the heavens to give him that chance again.
Yeah, needed a little bit more quality there. It's just, he swung at it and he's mistimed it. Just hit him on his standing foot. He's going to look back at that and think, oh, that's a lot of hard work to get myself in that situation. And I mean, there's only going to be another couple of opportunities maybe.
Angeles blocked by Marzan. Here's Apia against Ibanez. Salilig could not get that through ball for Apia. We'll wait for the announcement of how many minutes is going to be added on this game as Mendiola wins the ball again. Here's Salilig. Great interception there by Tuason and a chance for counterattack for Stallion. Ibanez gives it to Marvin Angeles. Bailey didn't give the through ball. Kai Bailey sends it inside, headed away. Manlapas clears. Regala against Junior. No one there, and a throw in for Mendiola FC 1991. Dying minutes out here. They will be bringing up that board. 4 minutes. Mahaba ito. 4 minutes. Plenty of time for both sides to snuck in a goal.
Yeah, right. 4 minutes is plenty of time, and teams have shown that on the counter-attack, and they're able to get players forwards and commit players forwards. Let's see if they can do it one more time and take home all of the 3 points. And these will be a big 3 points to both of these teams.
Stallion could not get the passes out there as it's intercepted by Mendiola. Long ball. They're looking for Apia, headed back by Silva. Looking for the fast play here. Kai Bailey over the right side. Fans On the edge of their seat out here in the PFF National Training Center, Delgado headed it over to Tuason. Back to Delgado. Bolden. Quick 1-2. Finds teammate there. A strike. Hits the post, but Tuason had a shot. Went wide again. Two substitutes, Darren. That's Marvin Angeles with the first strike. Hit the right side of the post. And then Yannick Tuason could not capitalize on the rebound.
That was a really nicely created chance there. Opened his body up and just curled it into the far post. And he's hit the far post. It's almost inch perfect. And then Yannick, on his slightly weaker foot, has had a go at putting it in himself and just couldn't quite get the connection that he wanted. But it's not over yet.
Here they go again with Angeles. Over the middle. What an interception there by Alassane Wade. 2 minutes remaining in this game. Who will concede? Race for the ball between Yaras and Junior. Into the middle for Flores. Great coverage there by Stallion. Cleared away by Kai Bailey. Our fans here inside the PFF National Training Center praying, begging for a goal, begging for 3 points. I don't know who she's rooting for, but they're begging for that goal to come towards the end of the game. The interception here, Finn McDaniel wasn't alert for that pass from Tuason. He's going to chase the ball, ushered away for a throw in. Final minute here. Will be in for a photo finish if Stallion could get a goal here.
Both teams without a win yet in this campaign. Stallions remain unbeaten.
Asong read that ball well. Looking for options up front. Hamid Hajimadi with acres of space in the middle. Last play of the game, most likely, Salilig.
They've got numbers.
Apia. Flores going into the middle. Apia still with the ball. Into the middle now. Sam Jr. with a strike. Block there. Play goes on. Ibanez. Great touch there. Now counter-attack against Marzan. Eto na ang Stallion. Nanggigigil, naghahanap ng goal dito. One last play. One last chance. Silva. Here's Finn. Pass too strong. Alassane Wade covers. Corner for Stallion. Probably the last chance of the game here.
Yeah, the referee's going to let the corner go through as well. This is a big moment in this game now. It's all going to come down to this one set piece.
3 points on the line. Unbeaten record for Stallion in their first 2 games. Will they get the goal? Will they get the win? It all goes down to this. Corner from Kainoa Bailey. Here's the delivery. And that's it. Referee Clifford De Puyat calls time. Match ends as it started. What a thrilling game. Ended as it started, Darren, 0-0 for Mendiola FC 1991. Stallion worked so hard for that solitary goal, but it just wouldn't come for them.
Well, it's a game which could have gone either way. Both teams really laying it all out on the line. We knew exactly what Mendiola were playing for. They needed 6 points out of 6. If this was earlier in the campaign, I think Mendiola would have been happy with a draw against Stallions Laguna. And of course, Stallions yet to get 3 points on the board, but remain unbeaten. I feel as if tactically they're progressing. And of course, there will be tougher challenges ahead for Stallions, but at the moment, Mendiola and Stallions share the points here. It was 1-1.
Great way to open the Wednesday doubleheader here with a draw between Mendiola and Stallion. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of this game, Darren. It started off fast for both teams. Had a moment of breather for them. plenty of opportunities out here for Stallion and Mendiola, but the goal just wouldn't come.
Yeah, most certainly there were good passages of play from both sides. As I said earlier in the game, I thought that Stallions had a 5-10 minute spell at the start of the second half where they really dominated the play, but Mendiola always managed to find a way back into the game. They weren't the team with the one isolated option up front. They had two players working really hard, working in tandem. And of course, later in the game, when we thought that they may not be able to get back into the game, they were able to get back into the game. And there was plenty of energy. Suba contributed his part down the left-hand side for the first half. And as the game really just went on, you felt that, okay, it was open. Which team is going to be able to capitalise first and really create? I thought Stallions, towards the end of the game, had the better chances, really. They managed to build up more efficiently, but just ran out of ideas and ran out of a little bit of that extra quality. Of course, Asong, always an important factor when Mendiola are playing against one of the top teams in this competition. Good game. Hit the post late in the game. Had excitement. It was a 0-0. If you look at it from a neutral who didn't watch the game, you think, 0-0. But it was definitely an interesting game.
They missed a lot of action if they haven't seen this game. Even though it's a 0-0 draw, a lot of action happened out there. Stallion Laguna almost capitalized on their late substitutions with Marvin Angeles and Yannick Tuason coming into the match. That shot from Marvin Angeles that hit the right post could have gone in. That could be the chance that Stallion would have begged for it to come back, but just wouldn't come, really.
We're talking inches, and sometimes you fight and you fight and you fight for 90 minutes and it just comes down to that little bit of extra quality. And I thought Stallions managed to get that in Marvin at the end of the game, but it just clipped the wrong side of the post, and when it fell to Yannick Tuason, he wasn't able to convert. But we can't put it all down to that one little moment. There were plenty of opportunities, I think, for both sides to try to get themselves a full 3 points, but it was a good game end to end, and it's a share of the spoils. 1 point to each team.
Well, we'll be waiting for the next game out here, but before that, we will be talking to one of the key players, or one of the players for Stallion Laguna FC. We think it stood out the most, had plenty of chances in the game, had plenty of opportunities. Here's Delgado for our interview.
Oscar, 0-0 after 90 minutes. What are your initial thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I think we're unfortunate to get the win. I think we played really well, especially in the second half. We picked it up a lot, so we're just unfortunate, yeah.
Talk about your performance as well. It's your first game in the PFL. What do you think about your game?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm just trying really hard for the team, trying to help the team as much as I can, and yeah, just enjoying it.
Yeah, speaking of enjoying it, how's your experience so far here in the PFL and playing for Stallion?
Yeah, it's my first time in a different country as well. I'm just happy to get the opportunity. Just enjoying it. The guys have been really welcoming to me, so I appreciate that a lot, as well as the coaching staff.
Just talk about Stallion being a young team and growing together. How's that process with you and Coach Ernie?
Yeah, well, I think we're all, like you said, pretty young. We're just looking to get a lot of chemistry in, on and off the pitch. So I think we're doing a really good job, though. I think everything's going to come together by the time league gets here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys.
That was Oscar Delgado of Stallion Laguna FC, who had plenty of chances in this game, just couldn't convert to a goal. And we'll be looking for more of his performances as the season goes on for Stallion Laguna FC. Now we go to the other player of the match for Mendiola FC 1991, none other than Hamid Hajimadi.
Ahmed, 0-0 after 90 minutes. Another hard-earned point for your team, but you must feel that you could have gotten more out of that game.
Yeah, our target was 6 points from our last 2 games because we should got 6 points, so we had hope to be in semi-final, at least 50%. But unfortunately, we miss a lot of chances. Since we start the Copa, if we use 20% of our chances, now we had minimum 10 points, minimum. But we couldn't finish it, unfortunately.
But talk about this team growing together, and I'm pretty sure the performances have been very encouraging for you.
Yes, exactly. We started to train 2 months ago, and coaches, we had a very good plan for the Copa, and still we are training twice a day. So, but about my team, I'm happy because we grow a lot compared last Copa. Last Copa we didn't train properly, we were not fit. Now we can show a lot of things for the league also. We expect a lot of good things.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're
Ahmed,
welcome.
And I wish you all the best in the future match.
Thank you so much also. Thank you.
And that was Hamid Hajamari of Mendiola FC 1991. Hard-earned point again for Mendiola. Let's take a look at the full-time statistics. So even in terms of the stats out here. 13 shots, 6 on target for both sides there. And
it was a game which is really even from start to finish, really. There were phases where Mendiola were good. There were phases where Stallions had a lot of the possession, were able to create the chances. But at the end of the day, the most important stat really is that it remained 0-0. And I think when you look back on it, creating 13 chances, I mean, really you should be converting at least one of those. But at least the conversion rate in terms of putting shots on target was good. And, you know, number of corners and set pieces, lots and lots of positives for both teams to take. And I think when you reflect on it, probably a fair result at the end of the day. Not the result that Mendiola would have wanted because they really needed those 3 points. But for Stallions, it's really been about building momentum and building that chemistry. And I think Stallions will take positives from this too.
Well, Darren, with this draw between two sides of Mendiola and Stallion, how do you think will be the implications for their chances for the title?
I think for Mendiola, they're pretty much out of the equation now, I would have thought, mathematically. I don't know if it's impossible. I'll have to check it a little bit closer. But in terms of Stallions, it really sets up a really big game. I believe Stallions will be playing against Cebu, the first team to play against Cebu. Mm-hmm. And of course, Cebu will be one of the teams looking to break into that top 4. I think that the happiest team today probably could be Maharlika. They might be really happy with that 0-0 result there. So let's just see how it plays out, because of course we've got this game between Kaya and ADT, which is going to be a really big game. Are we going to have Kaya and United City dominate at the top of the table, or are we going to have a third team, ADT, have something to say about that?
Well, that was a thrilling encounter, Darren. Here in the commentary box, Jamer de la Cruz, thanking you all for watching this game. Up next, it's Kaya FC Iloilo against Ascal's development team, kicking off at 7:15 p.m. Thank you so much for watching this game.
There's an opportunity here, and we've got our first goal of the match.